Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. This is not episode 1. This is episode 167. 167 consecutive weekday mornings, 7:30 a.m. No misses, no holidays off, no travel excuses, nothing. Every weekday, no matter where I am or how I feel, I show up. And today, I want to tell you why. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. Get involved in the chat. We're here on Mornings in the Lab Network, the opener for Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends who are getting up and getting after it right after this at 8 o'clock. And we have some exciting announcements from the Mornings in the Lab Network coming up for you. If you're interested in the Mornings in the Lab Network, you want to know what we're building, you want to wake up, get after it, and lead the agenda, lead the day, reach out to me. I'd be glad to talk to you. Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and or Keith Billis and the Mornings in the Lab Network. Check it out. All right. So today I'm going to tell you why do I show up every morning? I told this story back on episode 1. That's why I led this morning with this is not episode 1, but it's going to feel maybe a little bit like that. I haven't done this in a while, and certainly I have evolved and changed in my delivery style. The story is the same. The reason is the same. The progress continues. Roseanne Roof, Mother, good morning. Mike Sullivan, always showing up. Good to see you. We will make it a kind, empowering day because of people like you, Mike Sullivan, who get involved in the chat with me every day. So, Sully, Mom, you know the story. Mornings in the Lab is saying what's shaking nation. That's Keith Billis out there. He and I were just doing a little bit of texting on the business side, and there's some very interesting things coming up where we want to be able to continue our mission of helping you to go live and to own your morning, making it easier every day through the brilliance of programming and computers and the media thinking mind. And the proof is 2 years of Mornings in the Lab doing it, 7 months of me doing it here on Kindness Rising. If you want to see what it's all about, let us know. All right. A while back, way back, this is me. Why am I here? What am I doing? Sitting right here at Mornings in the Lab Network on Kindness Rising at 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday morning. Well, here's the story. A while back, we all have one of those boxes, the boxes that sit in the basement or in our attic or in our garage, somewhere in one of your siblings or your parents' house, somewhere. That box, dusty, grimy, dirty, maybe some old video cassettes in there, maybe 8mm videos, photograph books, stacking them up. I found an audio cassette that I didn't know what it contained. An orange audio cassette. On that cassette was an orange label with some chicken scratch scrawl. I believe it was a young child, because when I put that in there, what I heard from 1982, myself delivering some of the greatest vocal stylings ever put on tape, inspired by guys like Casey Kasem, or Wolfman Jack. You might remember those, the Ryan Seacrests of the, I don't even know anymore, right? Now Ryan Seacrest is retro, but whatever. I'm talking about Casey Kasem. I'm talking about Wolfman Jack. I'm talking about TRL Live for those who might have been out there in the 90s, whatever, a DJ. And it was me. It was my voice recording on this miracle device right here. That was actually several years earlier. Inky Tunes, what's up? Mason, hello, hello. So that was me, man. That was me. That was me, Mason. That was me, Tunes, receiving that awesome Sesame Street, uh, Sesame Street recording. And guess what? Cousin Brucey, yes, Cousin Brucey is a great DJ, Solly. Anyway, 1982, I pressed that. That Ernie right there on there, that thing is actually the microphone. And I started recording fake commercials. I've always loved parodies. Weird Al Yankovic, Dr. Demento. Even before that, my father got me into guys like, what was his name? Well, Victor Borga, of course, anything musical that was musical comedy. But I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. That guy. Bobby Sherman? Sherman. I don't remember. Anyway, those were the energy. That was the people that I was inspired by. The game show host energy also was huge for me. I loved game shows. Bob Barker, Wink Martindale, uh, I'd say Bob Eubanks, Bob Eubanks. We'll go on and on and on. That game show host energy, though. And of course, the first words that were ever uttered out of my mouth into this recorded microphone, at least on this particular case, was the classic. Beans, beans, they're good for your heart, and you know the rest. Hello, Dakid, a fresh 05. I am so glad you are here. Who'd you listen to? Who was your DJ? Stern, of course, is out there. All those guys, but I'm talking about my old school, even the local radio guys. Local radio guy here. Probably no one from Binghamton out there, but if you are, Mom, you're out there. Roger Neal, still doing it to this day. Still doing it to this day. So it's pretty awesome. But anyway, when I played that cassette a few years back now, when I played that cassette as an adult, it didn't feel like nostalgia to me. It felt like a message from myself from 1982, the part of me that said, don't forget this. Don't forget this part of you. This is who you are. That's what I felt when I listened to that tape. But I did forget, and I will get into that story and the 40 years in between. Hello, everybody. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Matt Roof. I come here 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday morning to bring you hope, humanity, and heart. Get you up, get you going in the morning before you get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And stick around for a little bit of extra chaos always over there. Chaos, fun, but a good energy every day with people's welcoming community, with people's hearts in mind. Might be a little bit different show than maybe what you expect when you first see it. All right, so check it out. Great programming on the Mornings in the Lab network. And I said it before, if you're out there, please take interest in what we're doing here in the Mornings in the Lab network. You're about to see some amazing progress and process and the future of media right here on Mornings in the Lab network. You can get involved. I'd say get involved now, because it's only going to get more difficult, more crowded, and more expensive, frankly, to get involved later, this is the time. All right. So back to my little story after my little commercial, but seriously, don't be shy. Uh, I did forget. I did forget for a long time. I forgot for 30 plus years, choosing the a different path, having let me get this picture off here. You don't need to see my childhood picture anymore. Choosing a different path. Nothing wrong with the path. I chose a very noble path. Started off being interested in physical therapy. Went off to college. Mom, I know you're out there. I'll never forget coming home that first semester. I was a kid. I didn't know you could change. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna be so mad at me. I'm gonna change. Blah 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 blah. You can change. You can change path anytime. You can change path anytime. I thought after 15 weeks of college, I couldn't change path for a second. But thank God my parents were there to support me through that and say, you can change path. You can change path. Absolutely. At that time. And I changed path. I changed path, but I changed path and I changed path. But I changed path continued within the healthcare world. I mentioned, right, that I was physical therapy. Anyway, enough about that. The point was that I changed path. I changed path there. But here's the thing: I changed path into a direction that took me on a little divergence, a divergence from uh, from from the marketing path that I was interested in. It's child, another path, another. You take these divergences throughout the way. And that was a big choice, right? I selected hospital administration, and I said, oh, I can always do marketing and communications within that, and I started that as my career. But then I got away from it. I chased different things at different points in my career, and I got away from the marketing, the PR, the communications, the writing, all the stuff that professionally was about marketing and communications within that healthcare world. And that's when things started to crumble a little bit in terms of where my head was at. Right, I realize now that I had different priorities and whatever, but I was not aligned with what I was doing. So I struggled. I struggled with things, with depression, with mental health. We've talked about mental health here. I'm not at all ashamed to talk about my journey in that way, but that's not the point. The point was that the journey existed, and through a series of investigation within myself, discovering over iteration after iteration after iteration, the idea that what defines me, my job itself, the work, not working in hospitals and human services or whatever, isn't what defines me. It defines doing good work, right? So that's it took me a while to get there. Anyway, I finally asked myself, what would be kind to myself? Not about myself, but started to realize how misaligned things were. And this is where the idea of uncommon kindness came into. And it stopped being an idea to lean into kindness, to lean into lifting other people up, to having a positive and energetic voice for people. Came into being, right? Not because it's branding, not because it's positioning, but actually because of alignment. I searched and I searched, and even over the past couple of years since I started on this journey, questioning even what I set out to do as part of my mission, the mission, but the mission continues to do this, to multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people doing good work. That's all I care about. That's what my work will be, including myself. I'm a good person doing good work, and all I want to do is multiply kindness and unlock my own growth. And that's the growth that I've experienced since I've gone live. So that's it. Absolutely. Tell us about growth. Tell us about growth. I know I'm talking a lot about me. I warned you in the beginning this one was going to be about me and my story, but I think it's really important for people who I want to come back and spend time with me every day to understand where I come from and this my story, the evolution and what brought me here, right? Including meeting a guy named Keith Billis last April. Keith, uh, in just such a crazy, serendipitous, timed way, based on what was going on in my life, based on the time, the conversations I was having, things going on. I still believe, I do believe that the universe brings things together, and already what we've grown, what he's grown, what's blossomed within me, the help that he's provided me. We just had a conversation last week, just a professional guy to guy conversation, right? Of what we're doing, helping me to think about maybe some of the blinders that I have about myself too, still. So that's what being part of the Mornings in the Lab network is. It's about that brotherhood too, and that part of it too, with John and Jason Hewlett and Cheryl Whitaker. They're all out there. New people joining the network all the time, and the team behind the scenes too. So it's really, really cool. Justin Applesmith, 9152. Justin Applesmith. Ho, rake. No, I don't know. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Glad you joined. Come on, then tell us about where you're growing in your life, places you're focusing on. Uh, absolutely. Sully, I absolutely appreciate what you're saying. Guys in their early 50s, that's what we are. Actually, Sully, John, Keith, and I think are somewhere within like 90 days of each other. If I remember correctly, maybe I'm going to have to verify that, but we're pretty freaking close. Definitely the same year. I think it was like within 90 days of each other in terms of birthdays and whatnot, which is kind of interesting. I'm talking about same year, everything. So we gravitate. But I hope, and I've seen people from all over, of all ages, of all types, of all genders, of all nationalities, of all perspectives, because that's what we do here on Kindness Rising. That's something that I have learned very well. And I just am so grateful for the people who come back, including you, Sully. And I know people like Justin Applesmith, who's out there, and of course, Mom. I don't think Mom even missed a single one. That's amazing. You and I. So maybe you're teaching me along the way too, and I know that's something that helps me when I go live too. Bring it back to that, which is I have two mugs today, so I'm grabbing from two different places. Just cool. Anyway, the community. I mean, that's what I love about it. I love knowing that you'll be there and I'm here, and I hope you like that I'm here too. And it's huge. It's accountability. It's accountability to each other. A chance to stay connected in the world and the people that I'm meeting all throughout. The world of not just live streaming, but although there are several that I've met in that area, in the areas of social media, marketing, business development, people are teaching each other, sharing with each other, helping each other. Tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing on a guest who I'm proud to be able to bring on one of the co-founders of the Weird LinkedIn platform that is being built. A group of people who I admire, who maybe is exactly the people who I want to make sure I can help to amplify voices and unlock growth for good people doing good work. And these are people who may be, because of their differences, may have been made to be different, but mostly it's because of their belief that the world should be run by humans, humans with humans, AI supported all the way. So I want to make sure we're clear about that, and April's going to talk about it all, enabled, but being human in the process. So I'm excited for April Drake to come in tomorrow. Please come back 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and we'll continue that conversation with April Drake. And that's something else my regulars are going to notice. You're going to start seeing more guests than just April, for sure. I've been threatening it the whole time. No, I'm kidding. Talk about it. Yeah. More conversation, less me yapping at you, maybe adding some other elements back in that have been missing from the picture. But keep an eye out, because Kindness Rising is always evolving, showing up and evolving. And that's all I can do. That's what I like to do. It's what I love to do. And here's the thing, 167 times. Said it before, 167 days. I'm not saying that to get a pat on the back, as John told me last week. He's like, "Yep, call me in a year, and I'll say, what are you doing this year?" What, you know, and in a decade, I'll be saying, "What's up for next decade?" Because that's what you do. You show up every day, and you repeat, and you grow, and you learn, and that's just the way it is. When you build a system, right? I've built a system for myself right here, a discipline with this, a new discipline for me that's been in a different way, um, than other disciplines, right? Whether that's the eating or exercise or mental focus learning, whatever it is. This is a new discipline for me. It's a discipline of daily accountability and self-reliance. I'm building it, of course, with a ton of help, from Keith and the mornings in the lab, and of course from the community. But I'm owning it and I'm building it, and that's a pretty cool feeling too. And hopefully it's proof. It's proof that I'll show up for you too when the time is right and you need me to. I will be there, absolutely. And I think that's pretty cool. Absolutely. All right. Consistency is kindness. That is what I keep talking about, right? Showing up when you don't feel inspired is kindness. Keeping a promise to yourself is kindness, and building trust with your audience is kindness. And most importantly for me, that cassette tape kid deserves the proof that I am showing up every day, proof that I won't quit on him, and that's me. So that's as much about what it's about as anything else for me. Life changing process here on Mornings in the Lab Network, and the foundation of this growth period that I'm on in many ways. So it's pretty awesome. So that's it. That's it. I can't believe it. We are winding down. I was going to talk to you a little bit about the Fox logo. We've talked about it before. My guy here, he represents intelligence, adaptability, transformation, and security. Excuse me, not security. That's not the word I was looking for. Curiosity is the word I'm looking for. So the Fox logo represents intelligence, adaptability, transformation, and curiosity. But it also has a very personal connection for me, connection between myself and my child, and an artist that we really enjoy together and have watched to learn and grow. And the Fox symbol is very much part of that Covey lore, and an amazing artist. And so this is a reminder uh, of that symbolism, about honestly about mental health and depression and anxiety and those things that can creep up on a person. So, and of course, the power of community to sustain us through those times together through connection. And that's what we do here when we go live every day. And remember, kindness rising is not just a vibe, it is a discipline. So thank you so much for being disciplined enough to come and join me every day where we talk about the 6 strings of kindness, balance, curiosity, action, self-awareness, and growth. The 6 strings of kindness rising in the uncommon kindness world that sort of keeps everything in tune and going when we talk here every day. Absolutely. So, oh my gosh, the episode has flown by. The time has flown by. I did see something cool. I promised I would talk about it. Promised myself. So here I am talking about it. I don't like to put out a thumbnail about something and then not talk about it. That's not cool. Maybe there are people out there waiting. Felix, welcome in, buddy. Glad you are back coming in from LinkedIn. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Yep. Yep, Mike, and the fox is resilient. Absolutely. So I want to just bring it back home. I was going to tell you about the X-Files. The X-Files is coming back. Ryan Coogler, if you've seen the movie Sinners, which was absolutely crazy, you're going to be hearing more about it. But he also directed Black Panther and others. He's bringing back the X-Files. I'll talk about it again because the X-Files was a huge cultural moment for me, and I'm going to be excited because where Ryan Coogler takes it. A little nervous, because you go, all right, the X-Files so iconic, but Coogler, if you've seen Sinners, think about bringing that vibe to the X-Files. Yes, please. Very entertaining and thought-provoking material that Ryan Coogler put out with the Sinners movie, and I think a great choice to do the X-Files. All right, so come on back tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock. That's when we get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I'm glad you have come here for episode 167. Come back out tomorrow for 168 and see what that little kid with a Sesame Street tape recorder and microphone does tomorrow. We'll see. Let me know. Thanks for sticking around. Come on back tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. And until then, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.